Why are you sending too many? You're scrolling on every reel.
Hello, welcome back here to our SRL360 this evening. Big ratings, big revenue, as we always love to say. Technical difficulties always love to start off the podcast. Eddie Oliver, as always, to the SRL community, joined by your commissioner, Sonny Ty, Rabbitohs captain, Tyrone Clay, and our big bench prop who's got a game up coming on Sunday, Caleb Jeff. How's everyone gone this evening?
Yeah, good, mate. Good to be back. Missed you boys, but been tuned in while I've been away, and you guys, been carrying the work. So, yeah, good on you for that, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, been away. I was away last week. Good to be back as per usual. Get this on the road.
Hey, Caleb, you've gone quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, been good.
He's
Been
shy.
good. Second week
Oh,
back,
yeah.
baby. Let's go. Two
He's
weeks in a
all
row.
quiet now. He's all quiet.
2 weeks in
yeah.
a row.
He's
2 weeks in
shy.
a This is third. It's a third for you, mate.
Third. 3 weeks in a row, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Putting that work, Commissioner, where's my my paycheck?
Page.
No, non-existent.
All right. When you forget that you've forgotten like 2 graphics to put in, so I'll be doing that as we go. But to start off, it is the grand final SRL season 7. From what the commission's hinting out to everyone in the SRL, it's just around the corner. We've all got the pleasure here of to set the tone 2 days before. From what Sonny and Kay have been sniffing out to us, it's going to be the biggest grand final stage we've ever seen to date in the SRL. So there's a lot to come. Audience questions always welcome in the live chat feed. I'll make sure to get around to them as quick as possible. But to start off the grand final, I just mentioned it, the team lists. It should be hopefully up on your screens. And Melbourne up against the Knights. We'll start off with the Storm. Corey Belt, I believe it's unchanged. Kobe Kelly, Mark Iron, Jack Jimmy, Maverick Oldfield, Blake Harris, Trey Botsakahu, Justin Monkey, James Thorne, Ryan Wilmot, Logan Guys, Kane Nilsson, Will Kay if you're starting 17, Caleb Jeff on the bench, the beach sprint champion, Riley Murray, Manu Philly, and Declan Connell. Sonny, you spent some time with these boys, especially that back line in Corey Bell and Jack Jimmy. You had a bit to do with their upbringing, and also Maverick Oldfield. What's your thoughts on going into the game? Who do you reckon's going to take it all away? But just starting off, I keep asking too many questions. We're running on the fly, but just your thoughts on the Melbourne Storm lineup.
Yeah, it's a strong lineup. I think we expected it from both teams not to change winning formulas. So, Yeah, it'll be a good event. We've invested a lot of time and resources to make it, the biggest day of the SRL yet. But with the Storm, they've just, proven that they're the number one team in the comp. They're the big dogs. They've got a potent back line with Corey Bell, Mav Oldfield, Kobe Kelly, um, and Will Kay. He's had to slot into lock, but that forward pack has been solid. They've done their job, and yeah, look, I'm not going to write off Newcastle as a matter of fact. I love our underdog story. They've scraped into eighth in their first finals campaign, and now they just stand 80 minutes away, from an historic SRL premiership. So you've got like the good guy and the bad guy, the face and the heel. You've got two teams that are just pretty polarizing. But in saying that, they're two of the best teams. They've proven it, so they both deserve to be there. And yeah, I've got a lot of love and respect for the boys at the Storm. I spent 2 seasons there, and maybe I should have spent one more so I could be a part of the granny now. But I'm proud to see them come this far, and same goes for Newcastle. I think they've been slept on a bit throughout the season, but towards the back end and in the finals, they've just competed with the best of the best. And yeah, it's a toss of the coin how this one ends up. So much love to my Storm fam, but like I said, I love an underdog story, and I reckon that the Knights have proven that they can go toe-to-toe with anyone. So biggest test for them of the season, obviously, and same goes for the Storm. So yeah, it's going to be a cracker, Eddie, but like I said, I'll just lean towards the Knights. I reckon they've got one more gear to hit, and I reckon it'll be the Sunday.
Most definitely, Sonny Tyler, thank you very much. We always love having a personality like that on the podcast. Caleb has been filling in for you, but there's nothing better than Sonny Tyler. Nonetheless, you spoke about the underdog story. It does remind Luke Short of the in real life 09 Parramatta Eels in real life, how they didn't get it all the way, but they had to go the long way. 3 straight games, Newcastle. They won them all convincingly. But they've still got one more to go. We questioned if they could go up another gear against the Bulldogs last week on the podcast. They did do that on Monday night, but they've still got one further to go. And Storm have just looked comprehensive in all of their performances against the Roosters, the Titans, and now their final challenge, their final obstacle to get the beloved SRL Season 7 Premiership ring and all that bragging rights for the whole off-season and the Season 8 that will follow. Clay, I'll just read through the team list and you just give us your thoughts. Dom Ponkston for the Knights, Nathan Fisher, David Nofalingawi, Goku Simpson, Miko Rashford, Josh Butterfield, Matthew Vaughan, John Nanai, Bo Sadler, Alex Christie, Dustin Richards, Sabbath Dua, Kyoto Diab, band dishwasher Rusty Shackelford, Dominic Stramandinoli, and Christian Bocciagalippi. That is you wouldn't have thought with that line. I believe at the start of the season, Clay, the Knights did have the best lineup in the competition, but it sort of took them a while to figure out their imprint and how they want to play on the field.
Yeah, definitely. Many people at the start of the season were doubting them, but then once they got the right team list and once they found their gears, then we started to see how good they were becoming. Because I think they won like 3 or 4 games in a row at the back end of the season just to get 8. And then obviously beat my team. Still salty about it, but I'd love to see the Knights win this. To be honest, it's the fairy tale. It's the underdog story, and I reckon they will. I'm gonna go the Knights. I'm gonna jump.
You go on the Knights.
Fairy tale bandwagon.
Fairy tale bandwagon. I like the Knights as well. Caleb. Do I even bother asking? Who are you going?
I don't think we need to ask.
You don't need to ask.
I don't think so.
He's going Knights 19 plus.
He's
Knights
going
19 plus. Holy, that's a bit bold.
Can I just say, last time I did play the Knights in the round, I did score a double, so
But you were starting, and you're not starting.
yeah, I was starting, but
Yeah.
it's not the point. It's not the point, you know.
It is the point.
Hey, who
Yeah, no,
knows?
I
Kay
think that's the boys.
could stuff up an interchange and give you another 20 minutes on the field. Who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah,
in
fingers
this field.
crossed. Fingers crossed.
Even
but,
though it's already been recorded and Sonny's not going to hint anything. Anything can
Yeah,
happen.
Sonny, how much? Sonny? Do I score?
Good.
I can't wait to watch. Should be a good game, yeah. So thank you to Sunny and OK for like doing everything, making it sounds pretty good. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure we'll be good. But yeah, I hope the boys win. Up the storm, baby.
From what we're
Yeah.
hearing, it's going to be a 3-hour long presentation from the SRL Commission.
So what Eddie's saying is get your popcorn and food and all that shit ready, and yeah,
Over to you,
make sure
Sonny.
he's in the spa or on the couch. Get the bearsies ready. I don't know if we can say that, but yeah, get the drinks ready. Gotta be prepared. Yeah, should be a ripper.
Sonny.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ripper, all right. Yeah, we've organised 3 games for the day. So we've got the combine game, which is going to be a showcase for all the free agents and a few unsigned rookies on the eve of free agency window. Get them out there and you know try and make their cases as we head into free agency. Then we're going to have the first ever Commissioners All Stars game, and yeah, when you look at those two lineups, a lot of talent stacked on both sides. Obviously, I think we all know which team's gonna win, but
Yeah, I think we do know which team is going to win.
OK's team.
No.
But yeah, then after the commissioners game, we're gonna have a pre-game show. So we're gonna have lineups, analysis, breakdowns. We've got captain interviews as well, and yeah, that'll build up the excitement and the hype for what's been a highly anticipated grand final day. I've put in a lot of effort, and I just want to say quick shout out to Will K and Matt Galaxy. A lot of hard work being done by those boys to bring this all to life. So yeah, I'm very keen for it. I'm definitely going to have a couple bevies in hand. I'll be ready for that
very
day,
Obviously.
and yeah, I just can't wait to enjoy it with the community.
Yeah, no, it's definitely community evolved around it. Just up on screen, Sunday 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That is your grand final kickoff time. Be there or be square. You're not the best way to watch any sort of SRL games live and in the moment. That's how I've always wanted to experience them, and this time I've got the pleasure of watching as an audience member instead of being up in the box. So it's going to be amazing to see some new talent in the box. Will K finally getting his first ever grand final commentary. No going overseas this time, Will. You're stuck in the box, and you're going to be having the pleasure of commentating 80 minutes of potentially one of the best ever SRL games that we're ever going to see. But moving on, you did mention the SRL Combine where rookies are going to be, and also free agencies are going to be shown out on for the whole competition to see. Lineups are on screen there. Instead of just going through them, we'll just talk about a few up-and-coming stars. John Baker's. Clay, I'm sure you would have seen his performance at the Eels, just how crucial he was when he got given that starting half role and he just took it in two hands and showed Luke Short why he's a week-in, week-out playmaker in the SRL.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. As you said, Luke Short gave him the opportunity, and then he shined off of that. But I'm also intrigued by his half partner, Joseph Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
When Joey gave him the opportunity at halfback in the halves, we saw him really take us another level to his game.
No, he did. He just, I don't know. Opportunity does come with risk versus reward, but he did get rewarded for the amount of work that he did put in, and I'm sure they're going to be loving him for it, and Joey would have loved it. There's some very good rookie props. Ilias is another one. Mario Mick and Rowe, Shaq Attack, Zachary Brown. There is a lot of up-and-coming stars that are going to be shown off for Mike's starting 13. And then on the flip side, it's, I can barely read that in the purple, but...
Yes.
Sonny Sharp's on there. Kurt Stafford, I believe, as well.
Jameson.
Yeah, that's a good one. How good was it? And also Lachlan Cox at fullbacks. Joey June. I'm sure Luke will be shouting on Joey June.
Dane Blame. There's a lot of Eels.
There's a lot of Eels. Well,
yeah,
you don't blame it. The Eels had to pick up so many extra rookies in the off-season, so it's good to see them. Liam Evans in there as well. And yeah, it's a very, both sides are going to be it's going to be a cracking game, the SRL Combine. But straight after that, it's going to be well, I actually have no clue it's going to be straight after that. But another. Well, actually, no. Yes, I do. It'll be the Commissioner's All Stars game. It's going to be. Kane's All Stars up against Sunny Ty. There was a live draft a couple of days ago on the SRL, which got put through. Cyrus Marks is in there. Wow. Congrats, Cyrus. Well done, mate. He's made a lot of rep sides. He's made Ireland. He's made K's All Stars. He's had an amazing season coming off of a Broncos finals. Well, he was finals bound. Caleb, you didn't get picked for any of these sides, unfortunately, because you're on the grand final. But Chance Bunce, Nina Broad Thompson, just some of the class players in K's side. It's going to challenge what Sunny Ty reckons is a formidable side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad he didn't get picked.
Nah, you got to talk about it. Chance Bunce, Nina Broad Thompson. How good are those two players?
Oh, they're amazing, mate. Cody Ogg as well. Oh, what a go. MVP for me.
Nah.
He's not a rookie, bro, but he's good. Tim James at hooker. That's gonna be a good one to
Sonny's.
watch.
That's
Sonny's.
Tim James. That's the
Tim
go
James.
hooker right there,
The
man.
captain.
That's my vice captain too. He picked half the team. That live draft was all over the place. It was a shambles.
Sonny, I
also-
can't believe you didn't pick me, mate. Number 14, bench prop.
And also,
Damn.
Sonny, I can't believe you almost passed up Matthew Harris. I kept on nagging Tim in the DMs. Pick Matthew Harris.
Wait, that was you, yeah? Because someone mentioned it and was that like our last pick?
Yeah,
I
Who we got?
mentioned it to
Yeah.
Tim because
Yeah.
no one had picked Matthew Harris. It was the last pick.
Yeah, no, he legit slipped through, and even after we finished the draft, I was like, bro, I didn't even pick any Sharks boys, like Malchus or Kosako, and I was like, oh, bro, I feel like a bad captain. So sorry to my Sharks boys, but when you look at the lineup, it's just stacked. It was hard to crack a spot in either squad. So unless you were Cyrus Marks and you were the people's pick of the chat, then you were going to get up there based on just how good you are, your skill, and we weren't going to be able to fit everyone in, but you look at those lineups, and I think that just makes for what's going to be a great match. But we already know who's going to win. Come on, let's be
Obviously.
realistic here.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Sunny Ty, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not getting paid.
James.
Anyway, Chaz Dingo, Battle of the Fullbacks, Bunce and Dingo, the best of their craft, and then your wingers, Joey Kelly, MBT, Tyrone Clay, and Tataro Maxwell. They're the best of the best. Eli Barnes in the centers. I don't know who cooked that up, but that's mad. It's going to be a good game. I'm ready for it. I reckon it's all keen. We don't have times, but just make sure you're there from 4 p.m. on Sunday. This is what it's all about. The grand final prelude. All of these games is going to be an amazing time. Do I have any more team lists to go through? Oh, yes, I do.
Into
Do I?
internationals.
Did I actually even get those?
We've got Australia A and the World 13.
I don't know if I put those in.
Oh,
Hang on, is it this? Nah.
Oh, you
That-
sold it. You sold the clip.
Nah, I didn't put it in. That's all right.
Oh well.
Who cares? It's all right. All good.
yeah, Mickey
know,
Mouse cat. No, I'm joking.
We'll just talk about it. So Australia A, and then also the World 13, I believe. If I just
Yeah.
pull up team list here.
Yes, it is.
Cody Mansell, the fullback for Australia, plays McKinnon, Flynn, Kelly. Damn, Joey Kelly's getting picked in a lot of things. Bakers, Ole, Allison, Mark Lee again. He deserves that. He should have been picked for Australia. Got absolutely gutted there. Murray, Nilsson, Creed, Alex Chapman, Kyoto Diab, Engo. This is a very strong Australian side. I'm not sure who picked these, but Sonny, you had anything to do with these? I know you're always sponsoring it, but this is a very good side.
Yeah, it was sort of last minute when we added this to the rep calendar, but Riley Murray and Jacob Morrison, they've pretty much picked their respective sides. So, yeah, there's a lot of talent on that Australia A side. Joey Kelly on the wing, that'll be big for them. And Mark Lee, like you mentioned, I think this will be a game for him to prove himself, and prove that he shouldn't be overlooked for a starting spot for the Kangaroos. But you look at the world side as well. I'll let you run through the team list,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a
nah.
lot of names.
Yeah, Morrison, who has chosen the players on the side. Bunty Cambolo, Mark Iron, Josh Saddlecart, Miko Rashford, Felix Wimmelski, Luke Thompson, Rex Slattery, Levi Raymond, Mason Remy, Tallis Riff. Felix Wimmelski and Tallis Riff, I'm sure they're going to cook. And Callum Murray, Logan Guys. I'm surprised Guys didn't get picked anywhere, but Logan Guys at lock. That's always been one that I've always been looking at to see how he would go there. He's going to get the opportunity. Caleb Jeff, you got picked, brother. Number 14.
Hey.
He loves that spot, eh? And then Filippo Gould, Sesso Dimitoni. I'm not sure about that one. Hasn't been in the server for weeks, but that's all right. And then Goku Simpson. So that's pretty good. It's a good lineup. I reckon though, Levi Raymond hooker. I reckon Australia have got the forward pack on them there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bloody stacked in the
Led out by
forwards.
Riley Murray, interestingly.
Honestly, I don't know why Hayden Davis isn't starting over Murray, but that's all right.
And Murray's captaining, to be fair.
Exactly. I mean, I'll be captaining Mark Lee, bro. How good is Mark Lee with the blonde hair just running down the field? Oh, bro, the Titans days. I'm gonna miss it. Anyway, yeah, we are running off script here at the moment, so we do love doing that. Any questions? No, we don't. We're going good so far. What are we? We're coming up halfway through. Grand final. It's been an amazing time, but I reckon though it's time to shift it over to our Savior and Christ pre-recorded interview. So during the week, I had the opportunity to sit down with Daniel Hellier and Dominic Strumentinoli to talk about their past clash, Bulldogs versus Knights, and also a bit of Dom's past, how he came up through the SRL, and what really just made him the player that he was today. He's been an amazing player in the league, and I can't wait to see him in future games and also in the grand final. But here's Dom Strumentinoli and Daniel Hellier. It's amazing interview. Enjoy it. It goes for about 15 minutes, so we're going to take a break here, and we'll see you back here very shortly. But I'm joined by both of the hottest heads in the SRL in the past, Dominic Strumentinoli and Daniel Hellier. Welcome to the podcast, gents.
Thank you for having me, Eddie. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie.
Dom, we'll just start off with you. Going from Bill Cosby, the Italian who loves mixing the pasta, getting to where you are now at the Knights. It's been an amazing journey, hasn't it?
It's been a long one, but we're finally here in the SRL making a difference.
You won your game last week against your best mate in the SRL, Daniel Hellier. You only played 40 minutes out there on the field. What were the feelings going through the mind? Physically, you would have been up for it. You've been in the mines for a plethora of seasons now.
Yeah, I've been in the mines for a long time, but I was hoping to beat Danny, and we came through with the win. Look, I only got 40 minutes, but, finally got on the SRL, got mentioned. I was on the field, so that's the most important bit, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. You know Dom better than anyone else in the league. You've been with him, I believe, here since day one. You both started around the same time. What's been your role in Dom's career in the SRL? I'm sure you would have been some sort of a mentor for him. Trying to pull him in line as well, because he has been a hothead in the past.
Just been making sure he gets those upgrades in, a few of those captains. I remember Damien Moana. He was at the Cowboys at the time on a development contract, and Damien Moana was just making sure I got his upgrades in because he wasn't upgrading. So yeah, just been helping them out with upgrades, and yeah.
It's been an amazing journey. Hellier yourself. Panthers, and then you went. Where did you start? You went to the Panthers, and then
I started at Rabbits.
Started Rabbitohs, Panthers, and then Bulldog.
No, Rabbits, Panthers, Rabbits again for a season.
Went back.
Yeah, because I only was at Rabbits for like 3 or 4 games, and then I went to Penrith.
So you got traded to Panthers.
Yeah,
Well,
made
you
finals for Penrith.
you
Yeah.
experienced your first final series. What KCK, I believe, was there at the time. He was a big part, but it just sort of seemed that you going to Panthers just ignited something within you to become the player that you are today in the SRL.
Yeah, I think I
Can
was
you
very
pinpoint like one certain moment? Like, was it all the tries that you scored? Just like one certain moment that went, I know that this is going to be special.
I think it was maybe might have been when I scored that double. I think you were playing as well. It was against the Broncos.
Oh no.
And I had it was like KCK scored a hat trick. I scored a double. We're just firing. And that was like the moment I was like, yeah, I don't know. Just
You feel unstoppable, don't you? Like when just something clicks within you, and then everything that you upgrade for, you hope to happen. It just seemed to happen on that day when you got those 2 tries against the Bronx.
yeah, I mean, I hadn't been too well. I think it was leading up to those 2 weeks. I had like a try and another try, like back to back weeks. I scored a try and then I just like exploded that game, you know? And
I
yeah,
think one of your most games that you would remember, and I'm sure the SRO would remember, was it round 1 of the finals last year, the Bronco, or was it the game before the finals, the the Rabbitohs put
well,
on
no, yeah,
50,
it was
50 odd
against the
points.
Broncos.
But
Yeah,
from memory, you scored 3 tries.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how many hookers in the SRL have scored a hat trick, but it was pretty special moment, and all
Like
the
it's not like you just scored 3 tries. It was the way that you went out scoring them. One of them was a fend, and then you ran 40 odd meters to score underneath the sticks, and then some of them was just your brilliant support work up on the inside of the ruck off a line break, taking a pass and going over again. Like, I know this season you're not in the talk for one of the hookers of the years because, you know, you've been playing 2 different roles at the Bulldogs, but you'd have to think that's going to be one of your most memorable moments when you look back.
yeah, I think it'll probably be one of my best performances. I mean, Liam Ryan, he went crazy that game. I mean, he had like four
Yeah,
tries
it's
in
crazy.
memory. Broke the line break record, so I just saw it played off the back of him. But yeah, pretty memorable match.
Dom, Mines veteran, all the talk, you know, you played a bit of schoolboy state of origin, and you kicked the opposition off the park. It's been a long way, hasn't it? You've been to pretty much any team that you could have been to. You've multiple dev contracts. You've come so close. I nearly got to offering you a spot at the Bronx last season. But you finally made it. You played for the Knights a few days ago now in the SRL. How's the talk around the sheds, and just like what has Dom Ponkston done for you, bringing you, and just showing you what the culture is like at their club?
I love the Knights. It's been great. Don Ponkston, like, all props to him. He's done so much for me, offering me that contract. That was just bittersweet. The sheds, all the people in the team, they're just lovely. Especially leading up to a grand final, they're all very inclusive and welcome. It was a long run to get here, and I got very close, but we're here now, and we're not going to stop. We're going to make an impact.
You know, when you come into a fresh place for a first time, and you're always looking for that good first impression. When you first walked into those sheds of the Knights, before you came into that game against the Bulldogs, did you just had a feeling that you might be up for the big stage in your second game of your SRL career?
Oh, I had a feeling, Daniel. I've always wanted to verse Daniel, and it was good to verse him, but he didn't come away with the win. But like I had a good feeling about it because all the boys were ready. we were very confident. So, and for a team coming 8th to make the grand final, it's very big of us. So it was a good effort.
Hell yeah. The loss, 1 game short of a grand final. I believe it's the closest that you've ever gotten. How rough is it? How's the feeling with yourself? I'm sure the Bulldogs know that they're able to go one step better. They didn't play it to their best, but just how are you feeling? Just personally, you have come out and expressed yourself to the community a lot. How are you going?
It's pretty hard when you've lost like four out of the 5 finals games you played 3 years in a row. The only game I've won was a game to get in the prelim, which wasn't even an elimination. So there's a bit of drive in me to get going next season, and I want to finish the job and secure that premiership. And I've got a good team here with Damo Moana steering the ship, and all praises to him. He's been a great captain in our inaugural year, and I think we'll go one step further next year.
What's Damien been like for you? Because you yourself and also a lot of people in the SRL do know that you've been sort of a hothead, and you're always like playing with fire and testing at the line and being on the edge for a long period of time. At the Bulldogs, it just seems that you've sort of not reined it back, but like you're using what you have to give to the league in more of a leadership role, the Bulldogs being a role model. And I'm sure Damien Moana has been real key and into wanting to just show you how good and how to be well respected in the community. How big has he been for you, just on a personal note?
I've had the pleasure of 3 great captains. I mean, Liam Ryan, Lachlan Martin, and of course Damien Moana in my time in the SRL. And I mean, Damien has just been, a great role model. The sheds are good, and every time I do something wrong or I'm about to do something wrong, he pings me and he's like, "Mate, just shut up," and it works.
Well, it's always good to have one of those people that just have the ability and the confidence to read you like that, like to know when something's up and just to pull you back on it and rein you in. I want to talk about both of you guys. You started the SRL at the same time. I'm pretty confident. Hell yeah, you only played 2 games of Mines and you came straight in. Am I correct by saying that?
Did I?
I don't know.
Thought I played 4.
4 or 2. I swore I saw you say 2 or
3.
somewhere. You played 3. There you go.
I played 4, including a grand final. So 3 regular season, 4 including the grand final.
Dom, talk about your early days in the Mines. It's a lot. Yourself has changed a lot since then. But just talk about what it felt like being in the SRL. Is a very what's the word for it? It's right on the tip of my tongue. But the SRL is a very inclusive place, but also at the same time, it's specialized. You've got to have a sort of taste to want to be a part of something like this. What drove you to stay here for as long as you did? Because you've been in the Mines for a very long time.
Oh, well, Daniel got me into it, and so I joined. I never got to versing because I joined late, but when I was in the Mines, it was I was at the Stingrays, and we got successful at the Blue Tongues, which was good. And then I thought it'd be good. I'd be in the SRL, but look, it's been a long process. And I was very good back then. I think Daniel got lucky, but yeah. Look, I'm just grateful that now I've got an opportunity, and next season I hope to still remain in the SRL. So Daniel's always been there for me as a mentor, or whatever you'd call it. I'm my closest mate, so yeah, it's finally good to be in the same on the same level as him. Yeah.
Have you gotten any offers yet from any clubs?
Not yet, but
well, if you want to say anything to the clubs out there, feel free to say a piece now. For whatever you want to say to any of the captains out there who might still be looking for a spot on their bench.
If you need someone, If you need a half, if you need a utility, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm a change man, and I'm ready to bring your team to another grand final.
Bring a team to another grand final. So
Oh yeah,
I think the words here from Domstrom and Olia, don't sign me straight away, but bring me in one game before and I'll get you over the line.
100%.
Nah, but all seriousness here for Dom. Any captains that are out there, I think he's earned his time and he's earned the right to find an offer. Where if it's bench center or if it's playing 18 minutes of prop, whatever it is, he's willing to sacrifice his possibility of having good minutes just to be in the side. Or they can just go back to the mines and just start killing it again. So he does have the opportunity to. Hell yeah, we all know that he's staying at the Dogs, but
I got a few offers, mate.
what's
Gotta
what's
stay loyal.
Yeah, what's the feeling been like playing lock though? Because that sort of did start
Look,
after a few games. You started at 9, and then at halftime you swapped to lock. What's the difference? How do you have to playing in that position?
I sort of had to.
What parts of your game change when you go to lock?
I'm a bit more dynamic. I've got my hands on the ball a lot more, so I've had to kind of adapt my game. I'm using my running ability a lot more that I learned playing in the halves, and I actually kind of like it because get a lot more action, and yeah, it's good.
Defensively, it would have been usually your locks are the bigger bodies, so being a smaller body in the middle,
Don't worry, I've got the big boys covered.
Oh, you got the big boys covered, eh? All right, we'll have
Yeah.
to see that. I know the Dogs have lost quite a few very good, talented forwards, so I'm sure you guys will be doing an amazing job next year. Any final comment from you guys, or you're all happy?
All happy. Thank you, Eddie.
Nah, massive thank
Oh,
you to
sweet.
Dom Stromedinoli, Daniel Hellier for joining us here in SRL360. Double trouble it was. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you for your time. The SRL does, and we can't wait to see you in the grand final. Dom and Hellier, best of luck at the Bulldogs next season. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much there, Dom Stromandinoli and Daniel Hellier. What an amazing experience, and also what a pleasure it was to be talking to such amazing personalities in the SRL. Double trouble twins they were back in the day. Now they've sort of spread apart and figured out their own career in the SRL, and the SRL is such a specialised place, and it's really only for the select few who do thrive if they give it the time, and giving back is one of the best things that any player can do. I love giving back to the opportunities that I've been given by doing this podcast, and also at the same time helping young and up-and-coming SRL stars like In the Mines. Just got released yesterday. Jack Carl has decided to bring back the Mines and also the SRL Commission under his guidance. He'll be running it in League Alerts. It was released. Parramatta, West Tigers, St. George Illawarra, and North Sydney Bears will be the 4 teams in the competition. We've had a massive influx of players in the past few days come into the SRL. Many questions. Busy. The staff have been. Sunny, talk us through how the past few days have been in the SRL. It's been hectic and crazy as always, but we finally have our amazing reserve grade competition coming to return next week.
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. There's been a lot going on, a lot of hype and excitement, and yeah, like you said, we've announced the return of the Mines next season, and it's going to be kicking off next week actually. So just around the corner, and big shout out to Jilly. He we had to take him in the dungeon. I'm in the office, and he's just been cooking up for the past couple of days. He's been on the ball. He's created all the players, all the new bloods that have come in, and you can already tell that it's going to be a big season of Mines because they're active. They're all getting behind it, and yeah, it's great to see it back. Obviously, it was a short run for the schoolboys, but I'm glad we got to see a little bit of that. But yeah, can't wait for next season, bro. It's going to be big. We've got a lot of numbers coming in, so yeah, we got some new stars on the way.
Yeah, no, huge congratulations to also the mentors, Luke Driscoll for the Bears, and also it's Liam Rogers for the Dragons, and for the Tigers, I'm pretty sure it's Mike Borsons, and for the Eels, Luke Short finally gets the opportunity to be some sort of involved in the Eels in the SRL, which I'm sure he would have loved hearing that announcement. The Mines is back. Just for any Mines players who are tuning in or are watching it on the replay here on SRL360, your upgrades will be opening on the 13th of May to kick off the trials, so we're able to see who's best when, what we can get the best performance out of you. Also, if you've been cooking up some coins in the past where you've been waiting for some reserve grades to come into the SRL, your plus 8s have been cut straight in half for 500 coins opposed to the regular rate of 1,000. So make sure to claim those if you haven't. I believe somebody's already done plus 16 speed, something radical like that. And the trials will take place on the 15th of May. It'll be the Eels versus the Bears and the Dragons versus the Tigers. The SRL Mines, it's amazing to have it back. I can't wait to see it. I always love it. I'll have to make sure I get myself in the box there as well. Also, the SRL is wanting to get some jersey sponsors. Clay, I'll just let you talk about your side who are looking for one. Just give a shout out. What are you looking for in a sponsor?
Really, actually, probably anything. To be honest, it'd be good promotion to have a sponsor on our jersey. It would promote whoever's business or operations that are wanting to become a sponsor of an SRL team.
No, most definitely. Also, the other sides that are requiring of sponsors, Warriors, Raiders. Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's just Warriors and Titans at this point in time. Raiders and Cowboys have been claimed. So, make sure if you're a person who wants to produce their company, well, not produce, but show off your company in the SRL. We had an amazing sponsor this year who, they got field markings and all of that stuff and graphics, all that made for them. $15 it will be to get your product put onto a SRL jersey, or go on their home, away, and also Indigenous kits. Also, how about let's just talk about the kits real quick for all the teams. Jilly's already mentioned Matt Galaxy for the amount of work that he does with graphics behind the scenes for the SRL, but Jack Carl again, the amount of work that he's done when it comes to jerseys, they're still being finalized from what I've heard, because I've been nagging them trying to get the Bronx one, but we won't talk about that. They're honestly amazing. The vibe around it's been beautiful, but just the amount of work that's been put in, I've got massive congratulations to them. Caleb, what's your thoughts around the Indigenous jerseys? Indigenous round is going to be brought into the SRL. How do you feel about that, to be honest? Because Indigenous it's many things to everyone who's in either a part of the community or not, but it just seems like it's a way to bring everyone together.
There's a song I quite like, and it's called "Don't Forget Your Roots." So it's not called that, but it's like that, and I think it's quite cool how this season or next season the SRL committee have decided to like add this, and it's quite cool. Just like every team ripping where they're from. Like for example, the Warriors got the Māori flag because they're from NZ. And then all the other teams are Indigenous and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite cool. It's different, that's for sure. And yeah, no, thanks for the guys that created the jerseys. They are looking on point this year, next season.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. There's always a heap of effort that is put into them. It's always our pleasure to just credit whoever's done amazing work and make sure that they do get the respect that they do deserve. It's been an amazing time. There was one vice captaincy announcement. I'm not even going to talk about this because it's just going to be cliche. Sonny knows what I'm going to talk about, but I'll just hand it over to him.
Oh, no, go on.
Oh, I go on and talk about it. I thought you can because it's about me after all.
Yeah, why not? So big news for the Broncos next season. The SRL Commission made the announcement on behalf of Anthony McDonald that Eddie Oliver will in fact be returning to his hometown team as beloved Broncos next season as a vice captain. So Eddie, congratulations, mate. I know how much that spot or any capacity of that role, I know how much it means to you. So yeah, why don't you just go on and elaborate, how much it means to be back at the Bronx?
Nah, thank you very much, Sonny. Much appreciated. Look, for me, it's not the role. It's just being given the ability to be able to be a vice captain. The way that I did take my captaincy away from myself, it was just a good way for me to come back, sort of behind in closed doors, and just I went to Titans, yes, to win a premiership, but also at the same time just to, just take a step away from a bit of that leadership role. But it's good to be back. Been fighting my guts out to try and help AMAC as much as I can to get a side that he deserves to captain, and also he wants, and just follow his picture and his guidance I've always been under. You don't need a badge or anything to be a leader, especially in the SRL. Yes, you might have your captains, your vice captains, but everyone's a leader in their own way. I can bring up Cody Ogg, the amount of work that he does for his own club, spreadsheets, coin tracking, +8s, just the amount of stuff that he does. That's just one example. Justin Monkey's another one with the spreadsheet work that he does for the Storm. Anyone who really takes time out of their own life, you could easily just sit here and do a +2 each week, but the people that go the extra mile, not for just themselves, but the people around them, is just something really special. You don't need a badge. You just need to have a heart that's willing to be a bit, conserved, but also not always expect something in return for your work. It will come eventually, but sometimes you just got to start working without expecting anything, and those values are so rare, and we're lucky enough in the SRL, we've got so many of them. So many people
Eddie,
who contain those.
I'll just quickly butt in here, Eddie. So last season, or this time last season in the preseason, when you were a captain of the Broncos, how do you compare the feeling? Like, do you feel more confident heading into next season as opposed to when you were the captain, now that you've got AMAC by your side, or you're on AMAC?
So with the captaincy, of course I had to appoint a vice captain, and at the time, it was really just only me doing the work, and I always, I got not credited, but critiqued on how I went about myself as a captain when it first started. But I always used to say to myself, you only make it as hard as you want it to be. So the amount of effort, amount of work that you want to put in, that's gonna decide just how hard the captaincy will be for you. Always saying all the time, I love it, but captaincy is, in the long run, being one, yes, it's helped out a lot. I could have gone through the whole season with it, but I took the opportunity away from myself to fulfill the image that I was originally looking for, so I decided to hand it over to Joey, and look, he did an amazing job. He got them into the second round of finals. He credited the Broncos jersey, and he did an amazing job with his time there. Wherever he moves on to, he'll be the team will be so grateful to have his experience from that. But being a captain, yes, you know what to do. Coming away from it, would I do it again? If the opportunity presented itself, I would make sure, if I was going to take it, you want people around you. I'm lucky enough that AMAC's the captain, and he's brought people in like myself, and there'll be a few more announced, I'm sure, later. But it's the people that you bring in around you that makes you the person you are, I always say that as a captain, the people that support you reflect who you are towards the community. If you just do it all on your own, you sort of crumble, and I was starting to do that even halfway through the season.
Oh, well said, Eddie. Yeah, it's good insight, and it'll be good to see how AMAC does as a captain. I think a lot of us, are supporting him, and yeah, with you two working the Magic as a leadership group, I reckon you guys will produce something special for the Bronx next season. So yeah, can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no. The commission's got to get a lot of credit for the amount of support work that they do for captains behind the scenes, especially starting off. Lachlan Martin at the time was always just giving me advice on how to act and pull me into line if I was just going a bit too far, which I did base a lot of how I acted around that at that time on emotion and how I was at that point in time. And I am very emotionally driven. I still am, but over those experiences, you learn how to control it and how to best path it to get the best out of yourself. But very pleasure to have vice captain to be back into some form of leadership in the NRL swim community. But also a huge welcome. We'll be moving on from that. We spoke about Mines, but also a huge welcome to all of the new faces into the SRL. Mines players have come from all across Australia, many different Discord servers. The Commission's done an amazing job projecting the SRL as a product and as not just as a product, but a product that people want to be involved in. And we've got a lot of keen new up-and-coming stars, and we want to make sure that they do get shown. Make sure to rock up 15th of May, Eels versus Bears, Dragons versus Tigers. It's going to be an amazing time. So the SRL never dies. We've got international games after the grand final. The Commission's going all out this year. 3 hours that Sunday game will be. I reckon that's going to be pretty much it from us. Anything else you guys want to mention?
Yeah. I'll just quickly say thank you to everyone if you are tuned in, but also thank you to the community for what has been a successful season. We've heard the feedback, and yeah, it was a bit of a bumpy start with the first transition to the new commission, but I think over time we've sort of shown and people understand what we have in store for the SRL. We always plan to make it bigger, better than ever. Every season, new heights. We want to set the bar high and higher each time. So next season is going to be a big one. But yeah, tune in on Sunday. Biggest day of the SRL yet. And, it's more than a grand final. That whole day is really a celebration, for all the hard work that's been put in by Logan Strange, Lockie Martin, everyone in the community, So it's a day for us to come together, enjoy it, get amongst it with the community, and hopefully everyone can tune in and enjoy what we have to offer.
Yeah, make sure to check out halftime of the SRL Season 7 Grand Final. That's where the announcement date for Season 8 will be announced. So there's been talks there's been talks about a month and a half. Who knows? But the official date is in there, and Sonny just remembered the amount of work that he has put in. Thankfully, when everyone else talks, I get a chance to recollect my thoughts. Anyway, I believe that's going to be it for us here on SRL360. A bit shortened and a bit of a later start, but it's been an amazing time, and I've had the pleasure of having these amazing, fine gentlemen beside me. Caleb, Jeff, he'll be in the grand final. Can't wait to see him there. Caleb, you excited?
Yeah, pumped. First season? Technically.
Well, your first full season. In SRL.
So I can't wait, playing with a bunch of special boys. Unfortunately, didn't have the best player with us. RIP to Sunny Tyre. May his memories stay in the storm sheds.
I'll be there.
No, he better be. He's coming for drinks afterwards. Shout I said. But thank you to everyone. Shout to Wookie and Sunny and Jelly Jumbers. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, can't wait for Season 8.
Yeah, Season 8. It's just around the corner, but it feels so far away, but it's closer than you're going to think. Clay, massive thank you for doing everything that you do at the Rabbitohs. The hard work does start all over again, trying to get a squad together. I love hearing you every day. Having a yarn about a player that you think you got, then he's gone, and then you get him again, then he's gone again. It's what we wake up for. It's what we love doing. So Clay, massive thank you to you, and also to Sonny and Will and the rest of the commission for an amazing season. Let's take it out with a bang.
Wait. And I'll just say thank you to Eddie for all his hard work as well with the potty, mate.
Stop it.
You deserve your flowers. Come on. Flowers for everyone.
Nah, yeah, we're all going to get it. It's been amazing time in the SRL. Chapman's Corner for always loving the banter. They always do an amazing job. Getting the league going. If it's a bit down, if you want to get up and hear a bit of tea, go check that out. That was, I believe, 6 a.m. yesterday. So enjoy the little plug there, Matthew Harris. Anyways, we're going to be heading out Sunday. Be there, be square. Grand final, 3 hours. The best thing that you're ever going to see. Be in the moment, live in it, experience it. Get on your TVs, wherever you're watching from, all around the world. It's going to be there on your screens for you. And hopefully 1080p, 60 FPS. Hopefully we'll figure that out again. Nonetheless, thank you all very much. Can't wait to see you there for more. We can't wait to see you next time. Eddie Oliver, as always, to the SRL Sim community. Sunny Tyre, your commissioner. Caleb, Anili, bro. I'm out of it. Tyron Clay, we're cooked. It's been a big season. We'll see you next time for more SRL action.